Started.
Oh, Goliath from Spain. Okay, let's see. What have I played against e4? I played e5, and I haven't played a Scandinavian recently. Let's try this, see what we get. Oh, he pushes on. I don't know. I don't know what to do about that. That one. How about if I just attack the pawn? Although it does encourage knight to c6, blocking my c pawn, but it asks him right away how he's going to defend. I guess he's just going to play d5, right? Knight takes, queen takes. There's no special checks here or anything. So let's get the bishop outside the pawn chain. I'm going to have to play e6 sooner or later, it seems like. Why not here?
Check.
And, oh, he takes my knight. That's interesting. So I didn't think that knight was such a great piece on c6, and I was wondering how I was ever going to do anything useful with it. Now I have two c-pawns, which is cool because I can undermine the center twice. And the only problem is how to develop this knight, but maybe this knight to c6 is good. What's he got? Does he have pins and things? He wasn't playing it if he had it. So I want to take here and not have him take back with the knight and harass my bishop. So that's my plan for bringing the knight to c6. The bishop can go to e7, and I can castle kingside. Should be reasonably comfortable here. I may end up with a backward c-pawn, but I think I can always throw it forward with another c5 after this exchange. So do I have any attacking ideas? Queen to h4? Hard to say. Not without some other pieces there to support it. h5, h4? Yeah, probably I should stick with the plan. Bishop e7, maybe f6 to undermine the center. And then I've got the ideal French defense undermining with the c5 pawn and the f6 pawn, both attacking the center. I was kind of surprised he never played the move f4. Here, let's see. Is the connection still here? Yeah, it's able to ping him. Okay, I was just thinking about that move for a long time. Okay, well, let's take now. I don't want him to take and establish a pawn there, even a doubled one. And here. Lending support to the f6 square there. And now undermining the e5 point. So he does play f4 when needed. Probably a good choice. Okay, let's go ahead and castle first. So I'll have a rook here if this if this opens up. And then take. And now we'll just have a small center here and locked up. Yeah, I'll take with the pawn. So we got completely fixed center. But I have one more pawn I can use to undermine the center. So now knight to is this possible? Knight to a5. followed by c5 or knight c4. Knight c4, it's covered by his knight. Knight a5, the queen could come out and harass the knight there, and where does it go? Maybe, as strange as it seems, maybe I want to get rid of this dark squared bishop so that I can have a square for my knight. Because the knight kind of needs to use this e7 square, and my bishop has nowhere to go. I know it's my good bishop in this structure, but actually this bishop, which is outside the pawn chain, is a decent bishop as well. And he wants to keep his bishop. His bishop was doing an important job supporting that pawn. Okay, so now I can play this. The problem is I can't play c5 here except as a sacrifice. Maybe rook b8. But rook b8 would encourage b4. Rook b8, b4, a5 maybe, something like that. Yeah. So a5 immediately. If he pushes, I take. If he takes, can he actually defend it? How about I'll play c6 first and then a5, so I can take back immediately with the queen and put more pressure on this knight here, which is actually already under attack. It's interesting that this knight is pinned, so he can't move it without losing the rook behind it. Otherwise, knight f3 might be interesting. I could consider bishop d3, pinning the other knight. But I like the queenside play against these pawns right now. And then later on, the idea of c5 undermining the center. Still my plan. So let's go ahead and do that. The rook can swing across, it can hit my bishop. His knight is free to move down. Yeah, that was his idea. Maybe I should have done something about that. Okay, for now I need to retreat that bishop. And let's see if he's got a killer follow-up here. So he used that as a tempo to get his rook into position. So I'm going to take here. And, you know, this pawn is pinned because his rook is not defended, but I don't have a good way to attack it. Yeah, bishop c2 would be interesting, but I need a rook. Maybe, how about if I lift up my queen and try and get a rook over to the a file? Where does the queen want to go? Maybe queen here. Knight there. Okay, so he's covering some entry points on the A file. Maybe threatening to go somewhere. Maybe here. Anyway, well, I wanted to go to the A file anyway. Let's go ahead and put the rook there. Oh, the queen is defending the rook, so this pawn has not been. What I said earlier about that is wrong. Okay, now the rook is undefended. Okay, I was just a bit previous there. How about pressure on this knight and pressure on the D pawn from my pieces and not from the C pawn? Maybe something can come of this. So I'll take the knight. He's got to take back with the pawn. He can't take back with the queen. I don't think that's right. Something seems wrong about that. So now, knight here attacks the C pawn. Bishop here or rook here maybe is even more interesting. But bishop here, I guess he comes in with the bishop himself and chases it away. I mean, rook here comes in with the bishop. Well, I think bishop there. At least the bishop gets to a more active square. And maybe rook up, check, something. Knight here and here. The rook would have to lift all the way to f5. Can't stop at f6. Rook f5 to g5, check. You can't block, so the king goes to h1 in the corner, and then the knight needs to jump in to here. Yeah, so rook here, knight here looks like pretty dangerous. A pretty dangerous setup. And if he ever evacuates the second rank, I have the other rook coming in here at some point. He could play h4 to keep me out of g5. That might be a good idea. Rook h5 hitting the pawn, but it's defended by the bishop. Pawn to g5 maybe. So h5, g5, pawn takes, rook takes, and once again I've opened up his king there. Okay, so if I go with the check now, oh, his king has an escape square there, as well as there, and then the rooks have to get traded. Oh, is there something else that I could do here? Well, after the rooks are traded, the other rook comes in on the 8th rank.
Check.
And this also opens up a square for the knight.
Check.
Yeah, so rook a8 pins the bishop. The rook could be chased away by the queen pretty easily, right? Still, there's a threat of queen takes pawn here. And my rook could travel to c8, from a8 to c8, where it's defended by the bishop. And I am threatening queen takes d4 there. Looks dangerous. Oh, he defends with the queen, yeah. So now my idea was to bring the knight in next. Unless there's something better. Knight here, check. King can go to that square, although there's a discovered check there, so probably not good. Could go to g2. And then I can't check on the 7th rank. The knight's still guarding that square. The knight comes in to harass the bishop, and also to attack or defend this square. Bishop to bishop to e3 is maybe an idea. He can't take it with the bishop. He takes it with the queen. He's losing material. And then I can trade away this defensive bishop in front of his king, maybe pick up the pawn on d5. Yeah, seems like white's under a lot of pressure here. Well, I got all my pieces operating. He defends with the rook. That's an idea. So I can just trade here. Take here. Take here. Oh, he can take with the queen and defend that pawn, but he can't defend this one. So I will get some pawn or other. Unless he's got some trick. I can finally get in my c5 break maybe. Okay, he does have queen to d8 there. That looks dangerous. And he's got a knight. Now I have a check. And he can defend with the knight, or he can move the queen. He can defend with the knight or the queen, or he can move the king. And then after that, is there anything? There's also queen here, check. And if he moves the king or the queen, then I will take the knight. So that forces knight back. But after that, oh, queen here, check. Knight there, queen. Where can the queen go? And I'm still suffering from this check here by his queen. I can play knight there, check. So queen here, check. Knight there, queen here, knight here, check. King goes to here or here. Don't see it. Do not see the win. Okay, I'm going to drop back and defend somewhat quietly. Defend the d8 square. I couldn't find a way forward there. Be looking interesting to look at that with the chess engine and see what the right strategy was there. Because sometimes, okay, so now I can grab this pawn here safely, I think. Let's think. If he has to give up his knight, so knight takes, queen takes, then he's got queen check, king here, queen check, king here, queen check, takes that pawn with check. Maybe I don't escape the checks. Very frustrating. Let's kick the queen. See if I can get it off of this diagonal here, so that I can give my king a little breathing room. Oh, that's right. Even if it doesn't get off the diagonal, I have a space for my king. So now there's a check here, and then if the king runs here, there's no follow-up check. The king can just sit there in the corner. So now it's safe to take here.
Check.
Or is it? Yeah, I didn't count on that check. I was thinking check on the back rank. So he can check me here or here, force me to this square, and then the check here forces me back. So this is actually a draw. Darn, I was trying to avoid that draw. Oh, but if he checks here, there's no follow-up check, right? Maybe he's trying to win, though. He's got a passed pawn. But he just grabbed my pawn. He didn't try and push his pawn. So, well, I've got a passed pawn. I should push it, right? That's the rule.
Check.
Passed pawns should be pushed. Right here, did I walk into something again? Just going to check here. I can come out this way, perhaps. Okay, if I take, he takes, and I bring my king
Black
forward.
forfeits on time.
Oh, I lost. Oops. I was pausing to think too much. Okay, well, I will take a look at this in the postmortem and see you guys later. Bye.